So as I said, this isn't a day for long speeches. It's a day for celebration. In fact, the number of times I sat down, stood up, stand up, I just felt at one point I should just stand up and we will continue to dance. And before I came on, I was thinking that, the unfortunate thing about coming last in this sort of engagement is that they would have sung all the songs that you had in mind to sing. And unfortunately, I wasn't a member of the choir, so I can't think of anything. So I'm going to cheat small. And I'm going to ask our music man to lead us in a short celebration. But there's one song that also came from my own heart. You can add other songs to that. And I'd like us to sing that first. Oh, Shemila, no. Ma polongo Oba to Shemila. We ought to celebrate. It is a good thing that you are here to receive your own award. Not that they brought you here in a stretcher, not that somebody came to represent you, not that you came here and you are uncomfortable and you are not well. Let's give God the glory. This isn't a day for for long speeches, but a day for celebration. So I'll round up. And once again, thank you all for the hard work that you put into the development of this state. Lagos State will not be here if not for every single one of you that have put in your all during your work career. So my prayer is that as you go into retirement, you will not be tired. Amen. You will retire into joy. Amen. More peace. Amen. The Lord will be with you, be with all that concerns you. Amen. And we will do this celebration year in, year out in good health. And the Lord will grant you all long life to enjoy that which you are going to receive today in Jesus' name. Thank you very much, everybody, for your attention. God bless all. Thank you very much.
Honorable Rashid Makinde for his remarks.
The Honorable Commissioner for Establishment, Training and Pension, the Head of Service in absentia, all the Permanent Secretary seated, the Director General of Laspec, our dear sister, other staff and the organizer of this event, our father and our mothers, ladies and gentlemen. As a representative of good people of Lagos State and chairman of Pension Training and Establishment, it gives me a great pleasure to be here and see that you are ending the year in a very happy note. I am confident that with what is happening here today, the year 2020 will be a better year in terms of financial independence. The passion and commitment which the legislative arm of government has demonstrated to your welfare by ensuring that funds are regularly released is very commendable. We will continue to give the necessary support to the legislative arm of government. The Lagos State House of Assembly will continue to enact laws and policies that will guarantee you in good life in retirement. We are aware that there are still gaps, there are still funding gaps. The state government has constantly ensured that funds are released monthly to meet the statutory obligation. However, there must be gaps arising from unforeseen liabilities that will arise from those who died in service or withdraw early. The most important thing for you to note is that we are aware of the gaps and the will to close it is there. Today is not a day for long speech. Let me once again congratulate the beneficiaries of today's event. And I share in your joy and appreciate God for His love and protection over your lives. May God continue to sustain and strengthen you. I wish you well in your future endeavor as Christmas and New Year is approaching. On behalf of the Right Honorable Speaker and other members of the House of Assembly, I wish you a pleasant retirement life and compliment of the season. Thank you very much.
Olóríire o. Ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ṣẹ̀kẹ̀ máa ń mì. Torí gbogbo ìta tí ń sọ látàárọ̀ yẹn. Kí ni kókó gangan ní? Àti wá jórí ètò. Àdìdé kókó.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to appreciate Laspec staff. I don't live in Nigeria, I live in the UK. I retired in 2002, but I'm here now to collect my retirement. 2012, rather. I retired in 2012, but I'm now here to collect my bond and other entitlements. I want to give it to your staff, madam. They've been very wonderful and efficient. And most especially, I want to appreciate Mr. Yusuf. Mr. Yusuf, thank you very much. It's been very, very wonderful. It's been on calls, everything. It's been there for me. I appreciate you. Madam, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I want to appreciate the staff of Laspec. I retired 2016 June, and before then, I was a waiting mother for about 30 years. So I had my first baby 2 months before my time. After waiting for 29 years. And I retired in June 2016. So each time I would have a call, I was always coming with that baby. So all the staff, immediately I would enter, they would pick the baby, they would carry her, they would dance with her, they would celebrate with us. Each time I came, it was always celebration with the staff and the baby. My baby carried a very beautiful baby.
I would have brought her. But come back to say thank you. Thank you. God bless you. 29 years of waiting for the Lord to make you a mother.
About Laspec time, I want to give it to them all. We have been hearing news that people go to lobby this and that. I have never lobbied. This time in fact, the first one they sent to me the message that I should bring my document. It was my son that told me, Daddy, I have this message on my phone. My son is a student in Laspec, OAU. He called me, said, Daddy, there's a big trouble. I have a message for you from Laspec. I said, maybe, because I dropped 2 lines. The last one, exactly 1 month, that was November, I think 8. They said I should come with my documents, just 1 month. Between that November, the next message was the last one I got from my phone. That shows that the staffs are up and doing. They are up to task. And they have been doing wonderfully well. There's one guy, I think his name is, I will remember, either Ahmed or whatever. When I retired initially, yes, he was the one that I dropped all my documents with. I never had any cause to come back, or each time I call, he said, "Oh God, don't call me, don't worry. Your case is under control." I want to appreciate all of you for a job well done. All of you are going to retire very well. You are going to retire well. You will not die. We work for 30 years, we retire. We are going to retire in good health. Madam, you are doing a very good job. They've said a lot about you. I want to thank you. I want to say God will continue to hold and uphold you. You will never slumber. You will live from glory to glory. Thank you and God bless you.
This retirement board certificate to Mrs. Bridget Obremi Adewale. We thank you, we appreciate you for the work that you have done for the state. Thank you.
Let Mr. Kayode Olutayo Oshola be president.
God be the glory. On behalf of Lagos State Government, I, Honorable Market Leadership, hereby present your retirement certificate bond to Mrs. Semiat Olatokumo. Congratulations. I'm delighted to present your retirement certificate bond to Mr. Kayode Olutayo. Congratulations.
Mrs. Nachuku Teresa. Mrs. Oshikoya Marcelina should get to
Madam, congratulations. The Lagos State Government, on behalf of the Lagos State Government, I hereby present to you your certificate retirement bond to Mrs. Teresa Uzoman. Congratulations.
Mrs. Oshikoya Marcelina Abiola.
On behalf of Lagos State Government, I hereby present your retirement bond certificate to Mrs. Oshikoya Marcelina Abiola.
Obusami Emmanuel Babatunde should please get ready. Obusami.
On behalf of Lagos State Government, I hereby present your retirement bond certificate to Mr. Emmanuel Babatunde. Congratulations. I was once a civil servant. When I was in service, the way the retirees are being treated, it wasn't okay at all. We had a lot of cases of some slum died, but today I I hardly believe I'm interacting with diaries. And I pray to Almighty God to continue to give you strength for you to live long to benefit from your hard labor. Congratulations. Happy New Year and Christmas in advance.
Congratulations on behalf of Lagos State Government. It is a pleasure to present to you your retirement board certificate.
Mr. Laspec.
On behalf of Lagos State Government, it is a pleasure to present to you your retirement board certificate. Mr. Amor Taiwo. On behalf of Lagos State Government, it's a pleasure to present to you Mr. Adiola Olaush, your retirement board certificate. Congratulations.
George Amos Ola. George, Mr. George Amos Ola. Mrs. Saidat Raima Sebilola.
This is a wonderful presentation. She's the wife of my immediate predecessor in office. And it's not coincidence. So on behalf of the state government, it's my pleasure to present your retirement bond certificate. Congratulations.
Mrs. Adiola Sulaiman. Mrs. Sulaiman Adiola. Hello, thank you, Mr. Akim Yusuf Market.
On behalf of the state government, it is my pleasure to present your retirement bond certificate to you. Congratulations.
Mr. Akim Mrs. Olusoya.
Mr. Akim Yusuf, on behalf of the state government, it's my pleasure to present to you your retirement bond certificate. Congratulations. Mrs. Olusoya on behalf of the state government, the retirement bond certificate is presented to you. Congratulations.
Rebecca. Emma Rosho.
Mrs. Oriola Rebecca Olaleke. It is my pleasure on behalf of the state government to present a retirement bond certificate to you. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, sir. So I'd like to invite the chairman, TUC, Mr. Ekudai, to make this presentation. Okay, the PS is here. The PSCSPO will make some presentations. Mrs. Salami Elizabeth Olufunmilayo. And let Mrs. Rahayat Stella get ready. Rahayat Stella. Mrs. Rahayat Stella. And let Mr. Larry White back. Sorry, Mr. Larry White, we'll meet you soon.
join us. There are two different presentations. Thank you very much. Mrs. Olushola Olaniyan. Mrs. Olushola Olaniyan. She here? Okay. Odogu Patricia Gozi. Next one, is that one of the deceased? Just wait, because we still have documents we have to give to us. Odogu Patricia Gozi. Be careful, be careful. Thank you very much, Mr. Kundara. So we call on Mr. Tayo to present. Kushadu Felicia Yabo. Kushadu, Mrs. Erora Power.
No.
On behalf of the President, congratulations.
Uzomaki, touch. And then let's Abiye Atowa.
On behalf of the University Group, I present to you
Mr. Abiye Atowa.
congratulations. On behalf of Lagos State, we present this report certificate to you. Congratulations. God bless you.
Thank you very much, sirs. And thank you very much. We will continue after.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim. Ghayril maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wassalamu 'alal mursalin. Walhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Today is a very happy day for us. We are paying retirees, as you can see. And under the themes agenda, we fall under security and governance. And governance has to do with the people, actually, to ensure that all the people, right, that live in Lagos State, right, and even work for Lagos State Public Service, they have a good life in retirement. Now, in line with this, we have already put in place structures to ensure that the backlog of pension entitlements is cleared. You know, people retire on a daily basis. Lagos State has actually been very committed in the payment of pensioners' entitlements. But as people leave and they are paid, other people join the queue. So the queue keeps on getting, as you try to clear, and other people join in. But all said and done, what we have done now is to ensure that we have a 5-year futuristic plan to ensure that even before people retire, already the figures are known, then we will start to work towards ensuring the funding. And that has been presented to the State ESCO and it has been approved. That's why the Honorable Commissioner mentioned that before the end of this administration, it is clear that we would be cruising at a very good altitude, that as people retire, maybe not later than 2 months, they have their entitlement. The structure is on ground. And that's why, like she said, funding has increased drastically. Now we have a minimum of about 1.5 billion every month, a minimum of 1.5 billion every month to ensure that we pay these entitlements. By so doing, we will definitely be reducing the backlog and get to a point where as people leave, they get their entitlements.
There is only one head of service in the public service of Lagos State. And anything that relates to Lagos State public service concerns the head of service. He's the #1 civil servant in the Lagos State public service. So tell me how it does not concern him. He's the head of service, he's the #1.
What for the retirees?
Well, I only pray God will spare their lives to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Not having received this, they fall into any calamity. My prayer is God will spare their lives to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And they must be careful. Look before you leap in terms of investment and spending habits.
Mr. Governor and this administration, they've increased the rate of the funding for the redemption bond and the pension shortfall by 13.75 billion. So what we're doing is that every month the fund is being credited with about 1.6 billion. So the rate at which we're actually paying our pensioners now is increased, and it is our wish that by the end of the first term of this administration, with the measures that we've put in place, we would have cleared all the backlog so that immediately our workforce, they retire, they will have access to their entire redemption fund account.
Okay, so also in the speech, you made mention of the fact that pensioners from 2020 will start enjoying free ride,
Yes.
free medical
Okay.
care. So can you tell us more about it?
All right, so Lagos State is always the center of excellence, and we lead the way for other states to follow. So we're actually working hard to put a scheme in place so that with every retiree's card, the identity card, they'll have access to free transportation on our bus services, and hopefully when the other services come online, like the ferry service and hopefully rail, they will enjoy free services on our transportation system as well. We're also working on how to ensure all our pensioners have the basic health insurance, so that in case they have any medical issues, they'll be able to access their insurance so that they'll be taken care of. So those are two measures, and even more, but those are the two that we're hoping will take place and will start in the year 2020.
On behalf of the Director General, Lagos State Pension Commission, I want to say a very big thank you to the Chairman, House Committee on Training, Establishment and Training. That's Honorable Rashid Makinde. We appreciate his presence, though he's left now. The Honorable Commissioner, that's our amiable Commissioner, Ministry of Establishment, Training and Pension. I say a very big thank you, ma. We appreciate your support always. God bless you, ma. The Head of Service, ably represented by the Permanent Secretary, Public Service Office, Mr. Samson Ajibade. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming there. God bless you, sir. Permanent Secretary, Civil Service Pension Office, Mr. Timothy Ogunubi. We appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming. Thank you for honoring our invitation. And other bodies of permanent